Hello, I'm Lieutenant Nelson Carrington with the San Bernardino Police Department. This video is a critical incident debrief regarding an officer-involved shooting. On December 9, 2020, at about 9:42 p.m., the San Bernardino Police Department Dispatch Center received several 911 calls reporting a shooting in the area of 7th and G Street. When officers arrived, they located Dante Carr, suffering from a gunshot wound. Carr was transported to a local hospital, but later died of his injuries. Homicide detectives responded and conducted their investigation. They determined that Shaid Boyd was responsible for Carr's murder. Detectives obtained an arrest warrant for Boyd, and the bail was set at $1 million. A team of investigators was assigned to locate and arrest Boyd. On December 29, 2020, just after 3:30 p.m., that team of plainclothes investigators observed Boyd in the city of Highland. Boyd was walking out of the Sterling liquor store armed with a black handgun. The investigators watched as Boyd walked on Elm Street, where multiple homes and apartments were located. Because Boyd was armed with a gun and wanted for murder, the investigators needed to contact him before he approached those occupied homes. Before making contact, the investigators put on their pullover ballistic vests with police markings to clearly identify themselves as officers. As Boyd continued walking, the officers approached him from multiple directions and identified themselves as police officers. When Boyd saw the officers, he started running from them. As he did this, another officer moved in front of him and told him to stop. Boyd ignored the command, drew his gun, and pointed it at the officer. Boyd then fired his gun, striking the officer. At this point, multiple officers returned fire, striking Boyd. Boyd fell to the ground, and officers handcuffed him. After Boyd was handcuffed, officers secured his gun and called for paramedics. Officers rendered first aid to Boyd until paramedics arrived. Boyd was transported to a local hospital for medical treatment. However, he did not survive his injuries. The injured officer was also transported to a hospital, where he was treated and released. Because this incident occurred in the city of Highland, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department responded and conducted the shooting investigation. Later in their investigation, a ballistics comparison revealed the gun Boyd used to shoot at the officer was the same gun he used during the murder of Dante Carr. The San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office will conduct an independent review of the incident after the investigation has concluded to determine if the actions from all the officers involved were compliant with current law. The San Bernardino Police Department is committed to being transparent and forthcoming with information about shootings involving its officers. This debrief is part of those ongoing efforts, and we thank you for taking the time to view this presentation.